Hello, hello, YouTube friends. For those of you that are new here, my name is Kat Meffan, founder of the Soul Sanctuary. And this month on the Soul Sanctuary, which by the way is an app, a desktop platform, it's got over like 800 yoga practices with me, mostly with me, and lots of amazing guest teachers. But this month on the Soul Sanctuary, we are looking at how we can de stress through the tools that we are gifted in the world of yoga. So I wanted to bring you a practice on YouTube to kind of give you a little insight into that theme. Every single month on the Soul Sanctuary, we have a new theme, and my commitment to you on YouTube is that I'm going to do my best to give you a new practice at the start of every month in line with our Soul Sanctuary theme, just so you can see if maybe that might be a month that you might like to sign up for a 14-day free trial. Maybe you come and join us. Maybe you stay on YouTube and you just enjoy these practices for free. But please know that every sign up that comes through to the Soul Sanctuary is another way that I'm able to be here and give these practices for free. So if it is something you've been thinking of doing, then maybe this is the month for you. We've got some beautiful new practices plus some amazing guest teachers. So I'm going to get on into this practice and talk just a little bit before we get started about stress and how it resides in the body, maybe the different types of stress, just briefly. I'm not going to go too far into it. Just so that we can check in with how we're feeling today. It might be that you just thought, oh, this sounds like a nice practice, I'll do it. But maybe you've come to this practice because you are feeling a little bit stressed. So some of us, if we are already in that stressed, heightened, fight, flight, freeze, sympathetic nervous system response, it can be very hard just to say, if someone says to you, just sit and meditate for 15 minutes and you'll be fine again. That can sometimes, for a lot of people, make us feel worse. It can make us feel more anxious and more panicked. So it's really beautiful to have techniques that you can use whereby you're drawing in your focus into a mindful present state, and you can really allow yourself some grounding, but without this need to shut away the world and suddenly become a master at meditation or being still. And then there's the other side of stress, which is actually a really good and healthy side of stress. Stress can be used to really excel us and enhance our performance. Maybe if you've got a work presentation or something like that, it can be quite good sometimes to have that little bit of stressed energy, but just a little bit. We need to know where that balance resides. So we're going to start with a breath technique, and I really recommend this pranayama is a samavriti, also known as box breathing. This is a beautiful breath technique to use whenever you are feeling just slightly stressed, maybe a little bit anxious, because it allows our mind to focus on something different. We're focusing on an inhale, a hold, an exhale, and a hold. So we're moving our way around this square or this box, if you like, and it draws the awareness into the body, into the breath, and gets us away from the brain. And then we're going to flow together, and it's going to be a little bit fluid and a little bit stretchy. It's not going to be a super long practice, but we're just going to ease through the body a little bit, but find this sense of fluidity. Again, maybe a bit more one breath, one action, just so that we're not sitting in postures for 5-10 breaths and suddenly the mind's wandering into all of these things that we've been stressing about. We want to try and find this sense of a moving meditation today. So that is enough talk from me. Let's just get ourselves nicely sat wherever you want to be. You can see I'm over a bolster. You could be sat up on a block. You could have a cushion, anything that you need to just get yourself nice and tall in the body and feel comfortable here. And just to begin with, just resting the hands down. Maybe just taking a sigh through the mouth. Closing down the eyes, rolling those shoulders back. And just softly checking in. And this is where you may notice the breath feeling a little stuck in the chest, in maybe even the diaphragm, in this solar plexus region, maybe up in the shoulders. And without any judgment, without any shame or anything here, we are just observing. And we're going to start our box breathing together. We're going to be taking inhales for 5, holds for 5, exhale for 5, hold for 5. Now, if 5 feels too much for you, you just bring it down to 4 and you find your own rhythm. I'm going to guide you through 2 or 3 of these, and then you'll be on your own for a few more rounds. So sitting tall, and when you're ready, these are inhales and exhales through the nose. So we inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue that pattern. Continue that rhythm for another 2 to 3 rounds. Making this your last round now, and just bringing your breath back to its natural rhythm. You can keep your eyes closed here as we inhale and sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. You can interlace your hands, reach the body over to the left side, just opening through that right side body. Really lengthening as long as you can here. And then coming all the way back through center and taking it over to the right, so we're opening through the left side body. And it's almost like the right hand can draw that left arm even longer. And then coming all the way back through center, chin drops down to the chest, just taking some half neck rolls here. Checking in now with the physical body as we start to welcome some movement into our practice today. And maybe you offer an intention to your practice, a way that you would like to show up and offer something to yourself, to your practice, to the space today. You're going to move your bolster out of the way and roll over onto all fours. Now, one of my personal favorite ways to really work with a little bit of stress in the body and in the mind is to feel into more of an embodied, somatic and intuitive movement. So just for that might sound a little scary, a bit daunting to some. So just for the first few moments, you could make it as simple as some cat-cow. That might be something that you feel really comfortable with. So inhaling through the chest, rounding through the spine. But I really want to invite you to find a little bit more movement here. It doesn't need to look like any particular asana. It doesn't need to particularly look like any particular shape. Doesn't need to look like mine. I really just want you to explore a few positions that feel good, connecting to your breath as you do so. And then we're going to tuck under the toes from this all fours position. Sit the bottom back towards the heels, reaching the arms out. Now, just a little bit of power. And the reason we're adding this in is just to remind ourselves that when we kind of dance on the edge of this power, when we put a little bit of stress on the body, we can also find that real sense of empowerment and liberation. So just that reminder that stress isn't always a bad thing. So we're going to stay as low as you can. Inhale forwards. Keep the knees down for this first one, finding this 90-degree-ish position. And then exhale, take it back. So it's kind of like you're coming forwards into a variation of a chaturanga. So inhale, coming forwards. Exhale, take it back. And you can also do this, when you do another 3, you can do this by lifting the knees off as well. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. A lot stronger. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. And you don't have to take this variation. Last time, inhale forwards. And then exhale, take it back. Keeping the toes tucked under, come to sit back on the heels in a high kneeling position. And you're going to just give the wrists a little bit of love here while we open through the feet. So that can be shaking the hands, reaching them up above the sky, up above the sky. I mean, it would be interesting if you get your hands up above the sky, but up above the head is what I meant to say. You're making any little movements through the wrists that you wish to, whilst keeping those toes tucked under. So that energy just coming all the way through the sole of the foot down into the earth. Place the hands down and push yourself all the way into a forward fold at the back of the mat. Your knees can be soft here. Take an inhale as you find some length. Exhale, fold. Taking hold of opposite elbows. Maybe finding a little sway side to side. Shifting that weight towards the front of the feet. And then releasing those hands down, engaging the glutes as you start to roll the spine all the way up to standing, coming to arrive at the top, at the back of your mat, but standing tall. Close down the eyes for a moment, palms of the hands facing forwards, just finding Tadasana. Lift up through the toes. Can you place one toe down, one at a time? So individually, the toes come down, and then we lift them up again, spreading through those toes. So focusing your attention on the body, lifting them again, and then bringing them all the way down. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, dive the body forwards to a fold, starting to walk the hands all the way forwards, finding a plank position. Taking an inhale here in your plank position, and then exhale as you drop the knees down and come all the way down to the belly. Taking an inhale, finding a baby cobra here. So just the shoulders and the upper chest are lifted. Exhale, tuck under the toes and make your way back to a downward facing dog. And we're going to spend a little bit of time here. And once again, I want to invite that sense of freedom, that sense of playfulness and intuition into this shape. So it might just be, like I say, as simple as some pedaling out through the feet. It could be to lift limbs, to shimmy shoulders, whatever feels good for you. You do not need to look to see what I'm doing, because I really want you to be in your body and what it is that you feel you want to give to your body now. Two more breaths here just to explore a little bit more. Okay, on an inhale from here, I'm going to sweep the right leg up to the sky. We're going to exhale, bring the right knee over to the left elbow. And then we're going to place that right knee down next to the left hand. Pivot onto the flat of the back foot. Reach the left arm all the way up and open. So you're kind of in a little baby heart opener here by bringing this knee the whole way over to the side. Heart lifts. Another breath here. Then we're going to slowly pivot the chest all the way down and around. Your left hand is going to come down onto the elbow. You're going to pick up this right knee and pivot over into a baby wild thing. So we're down on that left elbow, and we've got this right leg now over the top behind the left leg. And you can reach that right arm either up to the sky or it can go over by the ear. And then we're going to lower the left hip down to the earth. Your right hand's going to come out in front and you're going to stack your right leg on top of the left, pushing up and placing that left hand quite a bit further away because we're going to have a little bit of a yummy stretch into that left side body. So by having your hand further away, you can get a little bit deeper here. If you're bringing that arm in, you're not going to get this kind of really juicy melting sensation as we move into that left side. As you breathe, it really just sends tingles, sensations up through that left side. Taking another inhale here. And exhale, you're going to melt like a melting snowman all the way down to the earth, rolling onto the belly, placing the hands underneath the shoulders. Take an inhale, finding a baby cobra. Exhale, tuck under the toes and push yourself all the way back, downward facing dog. You're going to inhale the left leg all the way up to the sky, and then exhale, that left knee comes over to the right elbow. And then we lower that right knee down next to the left knee down, next to the right hand. Pivot onto the flat of the back foot. Open the right arm all the way up and it lengthens all the way across the body, but the hips are pushing a little bit forward, so we get that little back bend here. So the heart is lifting all the way up. Hips are pushing forwards. Another nice big inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to pivot the body down. Your right elbow comes down to the ground, pushing over onto those right toes. You can push into the left hand as you lift the left leg. Left leg comes all the way up and over, and we find that baby wild thing. Your left arm can reach up to the sky, or it can reach all the way over by your ear. Nice and strong through that right shoulder here. And then slowly, you're going to lower that right hip all the way down to your mat. Stack the left leg on top of the right. Right hand, remember, it comes out, but it's quite far away. And your left hand can be here to support you in front of the chest. And then allowing that right side just to melt into that space between the arm and the side body. Your head can rest if it wants to. Just feeling a few breaths here. And then we slowly melt down to the earth, rolling over onto the belly. Hands come down underneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift the chest, baby cobra. Exhale, tuck under the toes, making your way back, finding yourself to a downward facing dog. From here, let's take 3 spinal waves, and you can do these down on the knees in an all fours position if you wish. Taking an inhale, wave the body over, high plank. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, really try to wave it through every section of the spine. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Last time, taking an inhale here. And then exhale, take it all the way back. Right leg finds an inhale up to the sky. Exhale, step that right foot through between the hands. Drop the back knee down and lift the chest. You're going to inhale, sweep the both arms all the way up. Exhale, left arm forwards, right arm back. And we're just going to go one breath, one action quite simply from here. We're going to inhale, chest face forwards, both arms come up. Exhale, we twist. Inhale forwards. Exhale, twist. Inhale forwards. Exhale, twist. Last one, take an inhale coming forwards. And then an exhale, twist. This time, option to come a little bit lower into that lunge. Right hand might want to come back onto that left leg, and you could reach that left arm up and over. Trying not to rely too heavily on that lean on the back leg so that the body stays lifted. We're still active here. Remember, we're here to get into the body and out of the brain. So we want to be active through this beautiful body. Taking one more inhale. Exhale, unravel forwards, left hand comes down. You can keep the back knee down if you wish, or you can lift it up. Reach the right arm all the way up to the sky. Take circles with this arm. So exhale it all the way down and around. And your gaze can follow. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Placing your right hand back down. You're just going to draw the knee into the nose of that right leg. And then you're going to step your right foot to the outside of the left hand, fallen triangle, opening left arm up to the sky. So a larger version of what we just did. So we had the knee down in that variation before, and of course you can go to that same variation again. We're going to lower this left hand down, pick up the right foot, bring it through, up and over into full wild thing. Again, you can make it baby if you want to. You can bring that elbow down. 2 more breaths here. And then slowly unraveling all the way back to plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, either coming down through the knees or down through a chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog or a cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. From your downward facing dog, let's take left leg up to the sky. Step that left foot through between the hands. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, reach both arms all the way up. And then we exhale, right arm forward, left arm back, finding the twist. Inhale it up to center. Exhaling for 2. Inhaling up to the front center. Exhale, twist for 3. Inhale up to the front center. Exhale, twist for 4. And then last one, inhale through center. And then this time you can exhale, twist, come a little deeper into that lunge if you wish. Left hand can dive back towards that back leg. Right arm reaches all the way up and over. Finding some nice big breaths here. Strong through that lower body, supporting yourself and finding stability through the glutes, which are engaged here in this lunge. Taking an inhale. And then exhale, unravel, right hand comes down next to the left foot. Tuck under the back toes, lift the back knee if you wish to. Inhale, left arm reaches all the way up, take your gaze with it. Exhale, down and around. Inhaling up. Exhale, down and around. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Last time, inhale up. And then exhale, left hand plants down, framing that left foot. We draw left knee to the nose. Left foot steps through to the outside of the right hand. We open up, fallen triangle here. You can come down onto that left knee like we did in the first variation if you wish to. Grounding through that right foot and lengthening all the way through the body. And then planting that right hand down. We pick up the left foot, we feed it through, up and all the way over. Planting left foot down, find wild thing. You've got 4 nice, big, juicy breaths here. Allow your breath to be the fluidity. Allow the connection to your breath to be the part of you that stays connected to some kind of movement. 2 more breaths. And then gently unraveling all the way back through plank, taking an inhale. Exhale, lowering either down through the knees or down through chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale, either downward facing dog or a wide leg child's pose. If you go back to a downward facing dog, make your way down to a wide leg child's pose whenever you are ready. So reaching your hands forwards. Maybe the forehead meets the earth. Maybe it just hangs down rested. And bringing in a little side to side sway into those hips. And then from this child's pose, you're going to come to lift yourself all the way up. You can, if you want to, you could take another vinyasa from here. If not, you're just going to roll onto your bottom and bring the legs around in front of you. So we're going to take a half gomukhasana. Well, depending on where you're at will be where you go to. So we're going to have the left leg underneath and the right leg on top. Now you could keep this left leg straight. Okay, so option number 1 is that left leg stays straight and the right leg goes out. Option number 2 is that both legs bend in and the knees are stacking. To take the forward fold, you may want to place a block onto your knee and just bow the forehead down onto that block. Of course, if you've got further that you can go here, you can place that block the whole way down. So just finding your position, and here we will settle into a little bit more stillness. So trying just to be connected to your breath and your body. Notice where thoughts and the mind tries to get involved, and just be aware, be witness. Notice without needing to go into the narrative, without needing to go into the stories, the panic, the worry. Just coming back to your breath and back into your body. On your next inhale, you're going to lift yourself all the way up. And you'll switch sides. So again, you can have the right leg down straight, or it can be bent in. So either one leg bent on top or both legs bent in, entirely up to you. And then finding once again that position with your block, whether it is resting on your knee or if you are coming down into a little bit further, a little bit of a deeper fold. Closing down your eyes and just finding a few breaths here. Another 2 breaths or so here. And then gently lifting all the way up, unraveling the legs. You're going to bring yourself a little further forwards here. Now, if you have a bolster will be great for this. If you have 2 blocks, you can also do this with 2 blocks. So if you've got a bolster, you're just going to come in and have the bolster long and allow yourself to melt down into a heart opener. Like I said, you can also do this with 2 blocks. You can have your blocks positioned like so. One block can be between the shoulder blades and the other block can be for underneath the head. And you just find that position and that kind of sweet spot of placement. So like I say, you can be on a bolster or over 2 blocks. So closing down the eyes and feeling a little bit more expanse through the heart space and through the chest and shoulders, through the solar plexus and the diaphragm as well. Often when we have these feelings of stress, it's the upper body that starts to get tense, starts to get tight. So can we just allow ourselves a moment here to expand, to receive, and to feel also a sense of pride for showing up and saying, I recognized how I was feeling and I came to this practice. And hopefully it has been exactly what you needed. As always, the invitation to stay in these restorative spaces for as long as you need to or wish to. As and when you feel ready to lift yourself out of this heart opener, you're going to bring yourself all the way up to seated and wrap your arms around yourself for a self-love hug. So wrapping one arm, then the other around the legs. Really hug yourself in tight, close down the eyes and drop the chin down onto the knees, or maybe even the forehead down onto the knees. And you could take a little sway side to side here to soothe the soul, soothe the body. No matter how you were feeling when you arrived or how you're feeling now, just knowing that you showed up to gift yourself with movement, to gift yourself with breath, with presence, with mindfulness, and with the magic of yoga. And that in itself is really, really special. Whenever you're ready from here, just give yourself a squeeze. Keep the eyes closed as you just release yourself into a comfortable seated position. Placing one hand on top of the other over the heart space, sitting tall, finding that connection to earth as we rise up into the sky. And we'll seal our practice with one big releasing breath here together, taking an inhale. And let it go. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you all so much. Like I said at the start, depending on when you are watching this, of course, this was to celebrate our month of de-stressing through yoga. So the Soul Sanctuary has a new theme every single month. And yeah, you can find over 800 videos. By the time you watch this, who knows, maybe there will even be 2,000 videos. But thank you so much for doing this. Leave a comment, subscribe, leave a like. It honestly means the world. You don't realize how far those tiny little actions go. Those of you that are already Soul Sanctuary members, drop a comment, tell other people why they should join us, because yeah, it's a really magical place to be. It's transforming people's lives, which blows my mind. And yeah, we're in like 144 countries globally, and have thousands of people all around the world. So yeah, I am grateful beyond belief to everyone on YouTube, everyone on the Soul Sanctuary, and I look forward to practicing with you again soon. Bye bye.